From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the San Francisco 49ers. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go. 8 read. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Cochran. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Got a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
It's a party now. Pilot, 64, weak. Slam. Get.
Operating from the gun. Cochran. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. From the gun, Cochran. Eluding the pressure right. And he couldn't get rid of the football, trying to buy a little time, but he'll just tuck it and go down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Set the tone, defense.
Back to throw. Cochran. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
What you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
He gets away from one. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Down. 50, plant. 59. You're on your job.
To throw on 2nd down. Cochran. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 19. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Don't say nothing.
2nd and 4. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 3 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Ready? 10 Lobo. Check 52's the mic. And let's pin the mirrors back and go.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Set, ready? 70, Indy. I know he ain't got it. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Cochran dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. From the gun, Cochran. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. From 4 yards out, and the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 18. First carry for Nick Chubb. A limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
54 Mike. Check right.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
Hey, alert. 56, Mike. Hey, Delta. I'm coming for you. You Mike. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. All day. 56 to Mike. Alert. I got you.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Alert. Check 26, check 29.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Eric Armstead brought him down. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 35 on 2nd down. Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
A gain of 13 yards.
Let's go, let's go.
And the Browns first down.
Right there, 56. He don't know no better.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw, Mayfield. Going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, let's go.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's a 2nd and 7. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
At the 31-yard line.
Go! 18 Gator.
59. It's our time.
On the delay, Jones. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
44 to Mike, 44. Ready?
On 3rd down, Cochran. He rifles one that's intercepted. picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Extra point splits the uprights, so all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
What we got?
Throwing again. Cochran, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
The Browns drive about to get started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. A run for Nick Chubb. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now left side on the swing pass. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You ain't going nowhere. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hurry, hurry.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Mayfield. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Good. 180. 54. Come on.
Here's Mayfield. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Second and goal from inside the 5. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Antonio Callaway as the first half is winding down. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Jones has it. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 49ers' 47-yard line.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again to Jones. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
First down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. The end result, 21 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And it's caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Mayfield to throw it. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 3 yards out. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. Cochran. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Set up, 50, plant. 52. I got it. Snap.
On 1st and 10, Cochran completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. This is Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Ready, set.
53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Man, I got you.
Ready, ready.
Operating from the gun, Cochran. It's Williams on the catch. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Cochran. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are back within a single score. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Switch up. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Hey, wahoo!
Mayfield now. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. DeForest Buckner able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Forced out to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go. 30 base. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Shoot.
On 3rd and 2, Cochran gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Tackles.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cochran, he sets up the screen to Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Back to throw. Cochran, and the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Lorenzo Carter just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. Cochran. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
A gain of 13 on the play. It's now 3rd and 4.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Mike 53. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh? Check. Ready.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Set. 60 or.
I got you.
2nd and 2. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Cochran. It's caught. Jones. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Yes.
Man, move it. You got to get that.
Operating from the gun, Cochran. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They come out here in the eye. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Check nickel.
6-6, pull it high.
Check.
Get it.
They'll try to run this one in. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Aaron Jones, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They go play action. Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
You draw perfect.
Now Jones. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Aaron Jones with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Zerline good with a PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, alert 3. Switch.
X3. 218.
To throw, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Steps away to his left. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
They're probably about one big play from getting into field goal range. I'd go with a 2-deep coverage, make sure my safeties are back to cover all of the field deep.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Tupper! Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Check.
And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far.
Regular.
The first throw in overtime for Mayfield now. Dancing to his left. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And again, it's Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Set, 180. Check 56. Here we go. King. 56, Mike, 56.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marcus Davenport picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
But, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Here's 2nd and 8. Open man is Samuel, complete. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On first down, it's Jones. And all the way down to the 35. A huge play there in overtime. 45 yards on the ground. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, here's Love. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
On the ready.
53's mine. Check. 53's mine.
On second down, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. From the gun, Cochran. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Go! 8-3. Let's go. Get it.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
In any yardage game, there's really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
53, Mike. 65.
Shoot.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime, as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goal is from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that,